So today, we're diving into a topic that every man who values his confidence, his bedroom performance, and his overall vitality needs to hear, because I'm going to show you exactly how to strengthen the quality of your eel and transform it permanently into a whale without quick fixes and without risky gimmicks. What I'm about to share with you isn't just about harder, stronger erections. It's about unlocking an entirely new level of confidence in your relationships, giving your partner the type of satisfaction that makes her brag to her girlfriends, and ensuring that if you're single, you never get ghosted again. Because when you bring these skills into the bedroom, she'll want to come back again and again. So let me officially welcome you back to the channel. And if you're here for the very first time, I'm Dr. Rachel Ross, a board-certified family physician and clinical sexologist. And my mission is to give you the tools, the science, and the confidence to build not only a stronger sex life, but also a healthier, more vibrant body. Right now, I want you to click that subscribe button, because the tips I'm sharing today are exercises that can permanently improve your erectile health. And once you learn them, you'll be miles ahead of most men who are relying on pills or wishful thinking. In this video, we're going to explore the 3 top techniques that I recommend over and over again to men who want to achieve stiffer, stronger, more sustainable erections and take their performance from average to unforgettable. Now, if you've seen any of my videos before, you know I like to play with language to keep YouTube happy. So instead of using the anatomical term, I'll be referring to your amazing body part as either an eel or, when it reaches its full majestic potential, a whale. So here's the roadmap for today. First, we'll talk about the benefits of a simple but revolutionary adjustment I call the last drop technique. Then we'll explore the edge control exercise, a powerful method that trains you the same way athletes train their bodies so that you can last longer, stay harder, and finish on your terms. Finally, I'll reveal the pumping protocol, a clinically proven routine that can rebuild, rehabilitate, and expand your eel into a whale, giving you the type of results that once upon a time required prescription. By the time you finish this, you'll know exactly what to do to elevate your game, whether you're preparing for a date or celebrating decades with your partner. So let's get right into it. Now let's talk about the first and perhaps most overlooked secret, the last drop technique. I call it that because once you master this exercise, you'll literally be able to deliver your very last drop on your terms at the right moment with full control. The number one complaint I hear from women is that their partners aren't lasting long enough to give them the pleasure they deserve, and that after he finishes, he rolls over and goes to sleep or gets distracted, leaving her unsatisfied. That ends today. The last drop technique is rooted in a fascinating aspect of your brain's wiring. The same neural pathway that tells your brain I need to pee is almost identical to the one that signals I'm about to finish. These two sensations compete with one another, which means you can actually use that overlap to your advantage. When your bladder is full, your brain is receiving mixed signals, and you're much more likely to finish early. But when your bladder is completely empty, those signals are clean and clear, and your stamina dramatically improves. So here's what you do. Before you expect to get intimate, take a trip to the bathroom. If it's clean and you're comfortable, sit down, because sitting allows you to fully relax the pelvic floor muscles and engage the bladder in a more complete way. As you urinate, pay attention to the very end of your stream. Most men simply finish and walk away, but here's the secret. When you think you're done, I want you to bear down just a little harder, like you're squeezing the very last few drops from a water bottle. Hold it, squeeze, push, and release. Then once you've pressed out those last drops, place your hand gently over the area right above your pubic bone. This is where your bladder sits, and give it a light but firm push. This pressure will release any residual urine that lingers in the bladder, and trust me, that little extra effort makes a big difference. What you've just done is emptied your bladder completely, which clears the pathway for control, gives you stamina, and sets you up for maximum performance. A full bladder makes you a one-minute man. An empty bladder makes you a man who can go the distance, giving your partner more pleasure and giving you the confidence that you're in charge of when and how you finish. And the best part, this technique is all natural, drug-free, and instantly effective. Now that you've primed your body with the last drop technique, it's time to talk about building control from the inside out with the edge control exercise. Think of it this way. If you were going to run a marathon, would you just show up at the starting line and hope your body carried you through 26 miles? Of course not. You'd train, you'd prepare, you'd condition your muscles and your endurance until you could push yourself past your limit. Sex works the same way. You can't expect to be a powerhouse in bed if you've never trained those specific muscles and pathways. Edge control is the training program for your eel, and when you do it regularly, you'll find that not only does your stamina improve, but the quality of your erections, the firmness, the stiffness, the ability to hold back and then release at the perfect time, all reach a new level. Here's how it works. Step 1. You're going to need a vibrating object, ideally an external prostate massager or a similar device designed for men. Use a water-based lubricant and place the vibrator gently underneath the corona, which is the area just under the head of the eel. Turn it on, relax, and allow the sensation to build. As the vibration stimulates the nerves and blood flow, you'll start to feel that familiar climb toward climax. And here's the critical part. When you feel yourself approaching the point of no return, stop. Turn the vibrator off, clamp down with your pelvic floor muscles, the same ones you'd use if you were trying to stop a fart from escaping, and hold. Breathe deeply, relax your shoulders, and let the wave pass without going over the edge. What you've just done is stop the explosion in its tracks, and you've sent a powerful message to your brain and body: I am in control. Then, after you've calmed down, repeat the process. Start again, build the sensation, stop at the edge, clamp, breathe, release, and reset. Practice this exercise 3 times a week for 6 weeks, and I promise you'll notice changes even after the first few sessions. You'll have more firmness, more stamina, more awareness of where your body is on the arousal spectrum, and the power to decide exactly when to let go. The beauty of edge control lies in 2 scientific principles. The first is muscle memory. Just like Kobe Bryant once spent a whole season practicing without scoring points, but came back the next year a star, your eel learns from repetition. Every time you stop and reset, your brain and muscles ingrain the pattern until control becomes second nature. The second principle is vibratory stimulation, which research has shown to be an effective treatment for both premature ejaculation and erectile dysfunction. Vibration increases blood flow, boosts nerve sensitivity, and enhances overall function, all without a single pill. So when you combine edging with vibratory support, you're not just building stamina, you're actively rehabilitating your eel, bringing more vitality, more responsiveness, and more power to your erection. And don't forget, this isn't just about you. When your partner realizes that you can last as long as you want, that you can hold back and then give her the grand finale when she's ready, the intimacy, trust, and pleasure you share will deepen in ways you may not have experienced before. Finally, let's talk about the pumping protocol, the exercise that takes your training to the next level by increasing size, girth, and fullness while also strengthening the vascular system that supports your erections. Now, pumping isn't new. In fact, the very first penis pump was invented by a mechanic who spent his days working on cars and tires. He thought to himself, if I can inflate a tire, why not my eel? And with that inspiration, the first pump was born. At first it seemed like a gimmick, but years later, clinical research proved what he suspected. Regular pumping done safely and correctly can restore erectile function, increase girth, and rehabilitate men whose erections had lost their power. So how do you do it? Step 1. Apply a water-based lubricant around the base of the eel to create a tight seal. For beginners, I recommend using a pump with a gauge so you can monitor the pressure and stay within safe limits. Insert yourself into the chamber and begin pumping slowly until you achieve fullness. Not pain, not strain, just a firm, plump expansion. Hold this state for 3 to 4 minutes, then press the release valve and let the pressure subside. Repeat this cycle 3 times per session, 3 to 4 times per week, for 4 to 6 weeks. What you'll see is not only immediate plumpness, which your partner will love, but also gradual, lasting improvements in erection quality and size. Over time, your eel will transform into a whale, thicker, harder, and more resilient. Now, of course, I have to give a quick caution. If you have sickle cell anemia, bleeding disorders, or other serious conditions, pumping may not be safe for you and you should consult your doctor first. But for the majority of men, pumping is not only safe, it's one of the most effective, drug-free methods to rebuild erectile strength. The secret, though, is consistency. This isn't a one-time magic trick, it's a program. Just like going to the gym, the results come from showing up, putting in the work, and giving your body the time to adapt and grow. And when you combine the pumping protocol with the last drop technique and edge control, you've got a complete system, priming your body before sex, training your stamina and control, and building long-term structural improvements that give you the kind of performance most men only dream of. So let me wrap this up with a message of encouragement. If you want erectile strength that lasts into your 70s, 80s, even 90s, start these practices now. Don't wait until problems arise and you're desperate for a quick fix. You have the power right now to build natural, lasting, drug-free control over your erections and your pleasure. And let's be clear, this isn't just about sex. When you know you can perform, when you trust your body to rise to the occasion, the confidence you carry into every area of your life, your relationships, your career, your health soar. So gentlemen, start using the last drop technique before intimacy. Train your control with edging 3 times a week and commit to the pumping protocol consistently, and you will transform your eel into a whale that not only satisfies your partner, but also restores your confidence in yourself. This isn't a sprint, it's a marathon, and the men who win are the men who start training early and stick with it. If you enjoyed this, subscribe now so you don't miss my upcoming guides on stamina, intimacy, and natural male health, because I want you to have every tool available to stay strong, satisfied, and sexy for life.